We know you primarily here as a film actor and director, but I know that last year, for example, you returned to the stage doing Sam Shepard's play in San Francisco, The Late Henry Moss, with two of your co-stars from Thin Red Line, Nick Nolte and Woody Harrelson. And you started out as with the Los Angeles Repertory Theater. How important has the stage been to you? Is it something that you still now want to go back to, or have you pretty much embraced film as your medium?
Well, the stage was of very deep importance to me in terms of learning what acting was to me. And I did a lot of plays early on that at the same time when I had first started going into studying acting. And it was a very, very productive thing to do. I think that now I am inclined to believe that if not forever, that for the moment, the theater, the dramatic theater has become, for a couple of reasons, a tradition worth preserving, but an archaic tradition. I don't find that there are really audiences for it, nor are there particularly that many writers for it. I think that people now are trained as audiences to hunger for the communication that comes in the eyes in cinema, and I have never been. Now, the bias I may have here, and it's probably sacrilege in New York City saying this, is I was never much of a theater goer.
What actor has taken the largest risk for you, and in which movie?
Well, I don't know, because that's what actors do, is they take risks. They're very courageous. I don't know anything about actors. I don't know how they do what they do. I don't understand acting. That's true. I'm in awe of them. They stand up on the stage like this. They take their clothes off. Or not, sometimes they do, but figuratively, they're standing there naked, and many times at a hostile audience. And how do you think I feel when I'm sitting there and somebody halfway through this movie gets up and walks out? I mean, it breaks your heart. These actors stand up there on the stage, and they're up there every night, or they're on the film, their face is there, it's their persona, and the audience says, well, I think that's terrible, or they read reviews. I mean, it's dreadful what they go through, and I don't know how they do it, but I just have the greatest admiration, and I think that they are the real creators of film work.
In the original script, she killed herself. So to put a knife in that woman's hand and to make her into a psychopath was diametrically opposed to. I thought I was betraying her, it was just horrible. And I fought against it for 2 weeks. At first I thought, they asked us to reshoot it 6 months after we'd finished shooting it. And thank God I hadn't cut my hair. It would have been hard to be in that bathtub with a wig. But, so that was, I thought they were joking. And they said no, they had tested it. And the audiences got so upset that they literally wanted my blood. And look what they gave them. They gave them my blood, and it became a huge hit. It wouldn't have been a hit without that, I don't think.
When you're left and all the glory is over and the millions of dollars are that when that spigot gets shut off and you arrive, I'm 45 years old and I've arrived at a place now where I'm so ready to act now, I'm so ready to do things. I feel like I'm just beginning. I feel like everything I've done before today was just a warm-up to other things I want to go do. And it took me 25 years to get to the place I am now. And so I'm not going to play Hilary Duff's boyfriend in the movie. I'm going to play Hilary Duff's father in the movie, let's face it. And I'm okay with that.
At what point did you know that you wanted to be an actor? Is that something that was a childhood wish or that came out during college? Or?
I was 17, and I was in high school, and always thought that I would be a doctor, actually, and did well academically. My parents were very happy, and here was his daughter; she was going to be a doctor. And then I had a teacher, my English teacher, actually, who was the drama coach, was really different. It was in Frankfurt, Germany. I went to an American high school there. My dad was stationed there, and her first play that year, my junior year, was Tartuffe. Nobody does Tartuffe in high school, nobody's Molière. And so she was just incredibly ambitious for her students. Really liked difficult material, and it was the first time I was kind of introduced to this kind of stuff, rather than doing like The Music Man, which I did as well, but it was, this is something else. And she said to me, you could do it for a living. And I hadn't ever known an actor. I'd never been to a real play. Movies and TV seemed like they were very far away. They didn't seem real, and so I didn't think that it was a possibility. And so she was the one who said, you should try this. I think you could do it. And so I went home to my mom and dad and said, I'm going to be an actor, not a doctor.
I gather they weren't jumping up
My
and down
poor
for joy?
parents. Oh, they were so upset. They were so upset. I don't blame them. But the great thing about them was that they took me back. My mother flew to the United States with me, with the 3 schools I'd picked out of Dramatics magazine to audition for, and I was the only one who brought their mother to all the auditions.
Actually, I could identify with that.
Yeah, your mother's backstage. Yeah, I like that.
She used to hold my hand when I went to Juilliard for my voice lessons. Mama would be right next to me supporting me. That's a good thing. This is a question about, we see films where a character is just, able to destroy a room. Is that fun to do in a film? Just a little.
That's so funny. That is so funny. I've never been asked that before. Here's the weird thing, is it seems like it would be so much fun, but I don't feel, I wish I were better at it. That's a scene I wish I could have done several times. That's a scene that when I see the movie, I'm always like, shit. I wish I could have expressed that better. But other actors, I think, have made it look like a lot of fun. The thing that makes it less fun is that and other actors don't seem to be hung up on this, but I'm always thinking, oh God, I can't destroy that too bad because we've got to do another take. And they don't have another one. There's all these considerations when you are destroying something. Flying glass or hurting somebody or hurting yourself, or there's only 2 replacements, we can only do 2 takes. All these things tend to inhibit my instrument.